Welcome to Big Dick's Picks. And no, this is not a dick measuring contest. This is your one-stop shop for all your sports gambling comedy podcast needs. I'm Big Mo, and I'm joined today by two wonderful hosts and one not so wonderful host. We have the second episode of 2024 right ahead of us, and I am absolutely locked and loaded and ready to go. But first, I want to hear from EPR. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty fantastic. It's been a solid week. This week's gone by fast. I had a hilariously fun thing at work where we did a simulation, and everyone's salty because my team won. Turns out when you put a team full of gamers together, uh, we're really good at figuring out how to win a virtual simulation. So, solid. And I did finally win a bet, breaking my terrible streak on the personal side. So I feel like I'm back to the winning ways of EPR that you know well. So, yeah.
I love to hear it.
Do
Well,
you?
I really hope that you turn it around, EPR. I
Yeah,
really do.
I will.
But hey, you know what? We're both turning it around. I went 1 for 3 last week again, and that's not something that I
Classic
like
nickname.
doing. Yeah. I said that I was going to mix it up this year for the new year. And what did I do? I went straight back to the NFL, went straight back to going 1 for 3 and not knowing anything that I'm talking about and still putting money on it for some reason. So
Beautiful.
I'm changing my ways a little bit. I'm going back to, classic Big Mo and just sticking to hockey. Good old hockey game is
Hell
the
yeah.
best game you can name. All right.
I love it.
Amesy, how are you doing today?
Well, how the mighty have fallen. It was a heroic pod last week. It was full of laughs, full of joy, full of a new leader, a very happy, excited Packers fan.
What happened to them?
Looking forward, if you can tell by my docile tone, I'm getting there. Looking forward to the future. The future is bright. The new year, the year of Amesy, it all came crashing to a sudden halt. Um, the Packers lost to the 49ers in a heartbreaking fashion. Literally didn't watch any football after that game on Sunday. I just went for a long walk, like some sort of, retired veteran who really just had to think about his time. Came out, leaves were looking browner, sky was looking darker. It was pretty tough, followed by a 1 for 3 week. I like to leave that,
Are
as
you
the
Big
Big Mo
Mo?
kind of thing. I know, I just thought I was Big Mo for a second, Broncos fan, as Broncos lost, my Packers lost 1 for 3. That's a Big Mo classic. It was some dark times, but we're out the other side. I got some extra points at Starbucks yesterday, 30 stars. So, 170 more of those and I'll have a
Wow.
free drink. Life's turning around. Found a dime on the
All right,
street.
take the mic away from him, Big Mo.
It's
He's
looking
telling us
up.
everything that he's found in his
This
in his
is the
walk
year
of
of
shame.
I've turned it. It's the year of Amesy. This is the year of Amesy. It's we went through our darkest hour, and we're out the other side. Looking forward to a 3 for 3 week. It's everything's great. Everything's great, and I got a dime. Like
Amesy,
60 more
I
of
thought I
those.
saw you the other day.
Really?
Was I walking in a Charlie Brown position slowly with the music playing in the background?
No, turns out it was just a mannequin in a window.
God damn it. You know what? This year I'm dyeing my hair. I am not going to be the average me. I'm going to go slightly a darker shade of blonde. I will not be the average me this year.
We don't believe it. We don't believe it. But it sounds like some good things coming down the pipeline. And
Yep.
Big Mo, unless you wanted to add anything more to his travels, anything exciting that we have to look forward to for yourself or just for the pod?
No, I can just picture Amesy walking around like he's walking off the beaches of Normandy in a scene from Saving Private Ryan, just
There was some shell shock. I'm not gonna lie, some shell shock. If we have any Arrested Development fans, and you see George Michael walking sadly down the street, it was a little bit like that too. So a bit of both. But we're out the other side, and I feel enlightened, like
I,
a whole new man.
I think my favorite part about your example, Big Mo, is as soon as you went to beep, the audio just didn't let it because it thought it was background noise. So it just sounded like you were in the hospital and someone pulled the plug. It was like, oh, so he died. Okay, we're moving on.
We're not Grand off the gray, we're Gandalf the white. We're pulling out all sorts of references to bring my spirits up right now.
Sure. Oh man.
Oh man.
Well, I'm excited.
I am excited too, and I do have some very exciting news to kind of back up my excitement. I went 10 for 10 this weekend, boys.
Nine.
On
You said
Saturday.
9.
Sorry, 9 for 9.
Yeah. Jeez.
I won my bet on Sunday as well.
I was about to say no need to correct a VP.
Hey, no. We want accuracy.
I ended up going 10 for 10 on the weekend.
Oh.
Every single game was a hockey bet. So I'm feeling hot. I'm feeling like I'm locked and loaded. So can't wait to get into the picks. But we also have a fantastic replacement for the snake draft. So we promised that we were going to keep mixing it up this entire year. So we're trying to do that for you. We're trying to keep it interesting. And I think that there's a nice little twist on this one. So without further ado, you guys want me to introduce the topic?
Yeah, let the world know.
Let's jump into it. Very excited for this.
All right. So you guys, we're all going to be problem solvers this week, okay? We're going to start off with each host presenting a scenario. It can be as long or as short as you want, but it's a scenario. Paint as good of a picture as you can, and at the end of it, there's a problem. So the problem solvers, you guys are coming in here, and at the end of each round, the person that asks the question will award a point to whoever they feel answered the question in the best manner. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. And now my mind is running to some dark places.
Oh, just wait till you hear mine.
Oh, you've got one prepped. I'm ready. So I'm gonna have to say, then you lead us off so we can get a feel for this.
All right, Amesy, you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready. Send it.
All right, boys. All right, boys. let me paint a picture for you here. So, sticking with the world of hockey, you're a professional hockey player, and you're on the road. You're with the boys. You're on the bus. Finally get back from the game. You get to the hotel. Coach is at the front of the bus, listing off who's going in which room, who's staying together. By the end of it, it's just you and the 2 goalies.
No.
You're hoping to God that you get your own room. But no. The coach holds up the room key and he says, you and the 2 goalies, you guys are all in the same room. So let me just tell you a little background about the game of hockey. If you've never met a goalie, they are the weirdest fucking people that you'll ever meet.
Yes, they are.
And we have quite a few goalies that are listening to this, and I cannot wait to see what their comments are because it's mostly going to be agreement. Sorry to get distracted here, but this is just painting the picture of these goalies, okay?
It's good.
So, goalie number 1, okay? Goalie number 1, he is the starter. Always in a suit, no matter what. If he's going to the grocery store, he's in a suit. If he's changing his car's oil, he's in a suit. If he's mowing the lawn, he's in a suit. He sleeps in his suit, okay? He's a fucking goalie, all right? He's don't ask me why. Goalie number 2, though, the backup goalie. The backup goalie is a whole other level of crazy in the hockey world. And this goalie, this one is on a whole other level. He is completely obsessed with chewing tobacco and collecting the spitters.
Oh.
He has over 40 to 50 just stowed in his bag. That's all he brings. He has one set of clothes, he wears that, and everything else that's in his bag is just spitters. And they're completely just full to the brim. And I'm just gonna say he calls them trophies. So he's a weird guy. So you're this pro hockey player. You're rattled that you're with goalie number 1, Suit Boy, and goalie number 2, Chew Spit Guy. And you go up to the room, you walk in, and goalie number 2, the backup, he barges his way in. And to your surprise, there is one king bed in this room. So goalie number 2, the backup, decides he's going to lay claim to it before you and the other goalie can get in. So what does he do? He opens up a couple of the spitters and he dumps them all over the bed. All over it. Just completely drenches it in spit. And then just strips down and crawls right into bed and falls asleep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking weird, right? Yeah, he's a goalie.
I'm getting a little sick.
Yeah.
I can smell it from here.
So now we have a problem because goalie number 1 is your starter and he needs a good night's sleep. So he's not going to sleep in that bed because he sleeps in his suit, so he's not going to mess up his suit. What are you going to do? You have a few different options here. And so you think through, the basics. So you call down to the front desk, you ask if they have cots fresh out. You call local hotels and within like a 3-hour radius, no luck. Everything is booked. You call the bus driver. Bus driver, nope, he's not answering. You can't get on the bus, you can't sleep on the bus. Calling all of your teammates, hey guys, we need the starter to get some sleep. We got like the other goalie, he just dumped chew spit all over the bed. So, but the last time that your starter did not get a good night's rest, your team got lit up. So you need to figure this out. What do you do to solve this problem?
Can I ask one clarifying question?
I also have a clarifying question.
Is the bed that's soaked in the spit the bed you have to sleep in, or the bed he crawled into already?
The backup is already in there. He's in there with his chew spit.
Okay,
The starter and you cannot sleep in a chew spit bed. I mean, I guess you could, but the starter's not going to, and that's who you're concerned about. How do you get the starter a good night's rest?
There's not two beds in this room?
No, one bed.
No,
Oh,
one.
just
Quick
one. Sorry,
question.
my brain said there was one king bed and then there was like another bed you were sharing. Now I
No,
understand.
just one bed. Quick question. How flexible am I? Am I my level of flexibility of that or that
You're
of
an
a
NHL
professional hockey player?
Professional
All
hockey
right.
player.
Okay. I am prepared.
Okay.
Okay. Whoever wants it.
I will immediately be going into a gymnastic back bend motion, starting, standing up, bending back so my hands reach the ground, forming a tabletop position. After that, I will be thinking very hardly about my older relatives to make sure that I stay flaccid, and then we'll ask the starting goalie to use me as a table.
What if it's not comfortable?
Well, too bad. That's his answer.
I tell him to call down if need be for more pillows. Housekeeping always provides more pillows.
Interesting. So, am I allowed to answer now, or
Yeah.
Okay, so you got to have your starter get rest no matter what, and it better be pretty decent. And to Amesy's point, you can always get pillows. You can always typically ask, but let's just assume you're not getting anything from that staff, right?
No, nothing.
Let me finish my answer. All right, I'll let you finish.
All right.
I immediately go into the bathroom and I open up all the spare bars of soap that they give you, right? And I put it in a pillowcase. And I beat that backup goaltender with that. So he's not just sleeping, he's unconscious. Now I flip the mattress completely over. He's on the ground unconscious, sure, the spit, but it's all on one side. So now the mattress is flipped over. It's on the dry side. I give that to my goalie, and I sleep on the floor.
Wow.
Take
Just
one for the
keep in
team.
mind, as a professional hockey player, I do drink a lot of beer. So therefore, my form may be powerful, but it's also a little bit pillowy / cushiony. One would say almost like a nice comforter. This plus the pillows provided by the hotel should allow, even though more of a full / twin size, still a good amount of nights sleep.
Interesting.
All right. Yeah, there's a lot to think about in determining the winner of this category. I love the creativity of Amesy. Feasibility, I'm not sure. I'd love to see Mythbusters test it out. Can a professional hockey player support the weight of a full-grown man for an entire night? I'm not sure. I am not sure at all. And how good is the quality of sleep? That's another thing I'd be interested in. But I
Pillowy
gotta give it
/
to.
Suits are also a little slick, so the gotta think about grip too.
If need be, I will sink all the way down and lock him into a bear hug. If you would prefer more of the roller coaster ride experience of not being able to move as much, I thought he might be more of a toss and turn kind of man, and I'd leave him to his own being. But I would allow that option to be on the table, and by table I mean my own tabletop.
He's got a lot to say.
Oh man.
He's got a lot to say. He's really defending this point. He really
I'm sorry, AMZ. I gotta give it to EPR though.
What the hell?
Yeah.
He had actually the most feasible idea.
The dude said flip the mattress. Okay,
Hey,
all right.
Hey, no. Hey, he threw in. If he didn't throw in that he was going to knock out that backup, you don't know what that backup's
No.
doing. Like
The man decided to flip a mattress.
I mean, if the backup goalie is still awake, he's gonna be dumping shoe spit on you while you're asleep, or the starter while he's asleep, and then he's not getting good sleep, and you lose the game. The question was, how do you get him good sleep? I don't know about avoiding an assault charge the next day, but hey, you answered the prompt. I liked it.
All right. Okay.
If that backup ever wants a chance of being a starter, he'll keep his mouth shut about what happened that night.
Yeah. Move on to our next prompt. I'm looking for a little bit more ingenuity than flipping the mattress.
I thought that was pretty clever. I don't know. And my back is not potentially broken.
Okay. All right. Well,
all right, Amesy, if you've got something better, you got a better question for us, then how about you go? It's your turn.
All right.
Rolling to the rink looking like the Grudge girl.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing.
I was picturing more of a Quasimodo kind of look, actually. But, okay. All right. Let's get you in the mind here. You are an athletic trainer for a prominent high school. This high school is holding a track and field event. Very big event. All sorts of stuff going on. You got the 400-meter dash. You got the 100-meter dash. All sorts of fun stuff. Then we get to more of the field sports. We got, long jump, high jump, discus, and we move on to the javelin. Suddenly, in the middle of the javelin contest, a high schooler who was kind of a dick gets speared.
Oh.
You run onto the field, and immediately before rushing to the high schooler's aid, you say a classic iced tea one-liner. Like you would, if you were on any sort of, USA Today middle of the day show. What was this one-liner that you said before rushing to the kid's aid?
Oh, excellent question. So, and who are you in this scenario when you're running up to the kid?
You are the athletic trainer. You are running onto the field. High schooler who was kind of a dick just got speared. You want a one-liner that's going to really catch the presses. Maybe a little bit witty. Maybe,
I see.
Yeah, there might be, some sort of pun involved there. It's just got to be a classic one-liner. Can't be, too long, because it's got to be top of the paper kind of catchy here. What was this one-liner?
Okay, so the problem here is your desire for fame. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want like a good, there's all sorts of one, let's say someone gets pushed off a train. You look at that person and say, "No ticket."
All right, I have an answer. I have an answer. Can I go first?
I had one too, so I guess he can pick.
All right. Let's see. I went first last time, so EPR go first this time. What do you got? Rushing onto the field.
You rush onto the field and you say, "Looks like you're off the team."
Right. All right, I like that. Okay. All right. Rushing onto the field. Kid speared by a javelin. What do you got?
Boing.
Sound effect. I pictured Wayne's World, where like instead of swing, he's saying boing.
And I will say,
even better.
You're pretty
He's like putting it on the tip.
Yeah.
He's like flicking it up and down. Boing.
I'm kind of helping you a little bit on that.
You're pretty responsive to this run, so there's still some little reverberation going on in the staff as it's kind of skewered this kid to the ground. So, oh man, yeah, this is tough.
That would be an instant GIF.
It would. I liked the question. What's the better catchphrase here, Amesy? What do you think?
All right, I like the straightforward, the classic boing, just with the little reverberation you have going there. Both were great. But I
guess you're off the team.
All right. Mine was more of a catchphrase. I was trying to answer the question.
That's true. It might have more of a history kind of placement. You got some classic calls in sports. I could see that one sticking around.
Yeah, thank you. No, I probably helped Big Mo out a little bit there by painting the picture a bit better, because realistically, if you just walked up and said boing, that would be a little weird. That would just be strange. But if you did like a little finger flick on the tip of the spear and it did a little vibration and then you said it with a little suave look, maybe you got something there. But all right, I'll give you that. I think they're both good. All right, so I've got a scenario for you, and it's a bit long, but track with me, okay? We'll follow along. We'll go through the story together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a little water so I can prepare myself here. So,
that's a good sign.
Yes.
Starts with a cold summer's eve. This is
actually, it starts like this. It's a cool, calm night, and there's not a single cloud in the sky. You were right there, Amesy. I'm kind of scared now. The moonlight illuminates the road as you and a few teammates line 2 cars up to get ready for a race. You're the star running back of your high school football team. Your teammates with you is your friend, the tight end, and 2 superstars who happen to be identical twins and respectively play quarterback and wide receiver. Tomorrow you have the state championship, and you're all too amped up. So you decide to blow off a little bit of steam with a friendly race, right? As you do. In one car, you have the twins, who are inseparable and always in sync. In your car, you have the tight end and obviously yourself. You agree it's first to mile marker 42, roughly a quarter mile away, and you prepare to start. Your friend counts it down. 3, 2, 1, go! Both cars take off. The roar of the engines make it impossible to hear between the shouts, while your headlights provide the only clear view of the road ahead, right? We picturing this? We're taking off in cars. It's night. Suddenly, as you're expecting the view of the marker to appear ahead, a bright flash of light appears, filling your entire view. You can't see a thing. Afraid of crashing, you let off the gas and coast as the blinding light floods your eyes, and you keep the car steady. For what seems like minutes, you eventually regain your eyesight to see you're sitting right at the mile marker sign, signifying you must have won. But worse, the twins. You look back in your rearview mirror to see their car neatly pulled over on the side of the road with both doors ajar. You quickly rush back to find both twins standing in the ditch, not saying a word. Both blank stares of confusion on their faces, both missing their pants. You ask them what happened, but neither of them know or seem to understand what you're saying. They don't appear to even remember who they are, and you already struggle to tell them apart. It's clear they're not quite all there, so you get them back in the car and you have your friend drive them back home. You both agree to never speak a word of what happened. Panic sets in, knowing you have a big game tomorrow, but your stars are mixed up. You decide maybe they just need a little rest. Same as yourself, right? It's been a long night, so you head to bed. The next day comes, and now it's nearly game time. You and your friend rush over to the twins' house, only to find them still unsure of who they are, but at least able to speak. But you need them. Coach can't handle the news his stars won't play. So you know you have to get them dressed, even though you don't know who is who. Your entire team's morale depends on them playing. You know the quarterback wears number 7, and you know your your wide receiver wears number 21. The question is, who do you decide plays which position and why? I'll let you guys think about this. Yeah. How'd you like the story?
That's right. Yeah, I was like listening to an audio book or something.
I was ready for the tight end to come back in and be the killer or something, but a bit of a red herring.
What do you think happened? I mean, you're painting this picture. It should be obvious.
Let's see. I'm thinking about what we can do here.
I'll give you a moment to think about it. Keep in mind, you were driving down the road, bright lights, couldn't see a thing, and all of a sudden your star twins, who are identical, can't tell them apart, are missing their pants, and they're just really confused. And now you got to help.
All right.
them.
How long do I have?
I have an answer.
You've got about before the game.
Yeah.
You've got about 30 minutes to get them ready.
All right, that should do it. Okay, Big Mo, go first.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Go for it, Big Mo.
All right. So I would put them in their normal positions. I'd put
How would you know
QB
who
in
they are?
7.
That's what I'm asking.
I would just put one of them in 7 and one of them in 21, and then I would go up and tell the coach that they got date raped the night before by the other team. And hopefully we would just win by the other team forfeiting, because there's zero chance that they're going to know the playbook. So it doesn't really matter which one you put in which jersey.
Okay. They are able to speak and have some cognizant level. But
all right. I feel like there's only one solution. This is a classic cat-dog situation.
Classic, of course.
So I am going to gorilla glue their backs together so that they would be looking like cat dog. I'm going to trot them both out to the quarterback position, have them face the sidelines, and see what instinct takes over as soon as the center yells hike. He's going to toss that ball, and one of them's going to turn, and one of them's going to start running. And I'm going to watch what happens. We might be a little weak outside, cat dog really works better with quarterback running back, I would say, than quarterback wide receiver. But I would trust my quarterback instincts on when he wants to do the option, hand the ball around to the other side. If he's a star wide receiver, he's got to have some running talent as well. I feel like cat dog is really the only way to get out of this.
Oh, interesting. That's a very, very interesting approach to certain rules. I'm not sure they would allow you to attach another human to the other one.
As long as there's the correct number of players on the field,
Fair. There was technically a correct answer here. A keynote
was
you guys.
Well, was it which hand they jerk off with or something?
You missed a key detail, right? You saw them both; their pants were off. The running back, the wide receiver, he's doing a little bit more running. His legs could be a little bit bigger, maybe, possibly. But
what if it's a running quarterback?
But Amesy actually touched on the one thing that I was hoping for. He said he let
instinct.
instinct kick in, right?
Mhm.
You give him the ball, despite one being glued to the other. At least maybe the first
Cat
quarter's
dog.
the first quarter's rough, but if that guy's handing the ball off really efficiently, he's probably the QB. So I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
give the point here to Amesy. Big Mo, yours was hilarious, and you're banking on the fact that they believe that they were date raped. And if he declines those allegations, I think it's still game on. So, oh my gosh!
I
All
mean,
right,
how do you prove that they weren't roofied? You know, like
you don't, but it was aliens, clearly.
it
That's
was obviously, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true. I mean,
Yeah.
but also, cat dog. So
Well, cat dog got the point there because of instinct.
so we are all tied up at 1.
Do we each have one?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, how about you guys vote and actually vote on Spotify this time? And
Yeah.
since we're all tied up at 1, we will declare the winner before the next pod, depending on who has the most Spotify votes.
But not enough people vote. That's the
Well,
Hey,
this
I
is
have
your-
I have an idea. I can
Yeah.
think of one here on the spot with my extensive hockey hotel knowledge. All right. I will gracefully step out of the winner's circle for this challenge to leave it up to you two
right.
by asking this question.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm Ferda.
Because you're Ferda. Okay.
Ferda boys.
No, that is Ferda.
Yeah.
That is very Ferda. Wow.
I was gonna
I'm
make a
hoping the
point, but I
goalie gets some
don't wanna
sleep,
know.
and this guy was the goalie, clearly.
I was going to make a point, but I didn't want it to affect how the judge saw me, so I'll wait till after the judging.
I was gonna make it easy and say everybody ask the other two people to pick a number between 1 and 10, and whoever gets that more closely both times.
We could do a prompt.
All right.
No, I have an idea. I have a good story for
Okay.
you. So
I'm ready.
okay. It's gonna tie back in. You're the same hockey player, same team, and this is another road trip in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You're pissed off. You're pissed off at the goalies for the situation they put you in back in that hotel room in, Columbus or wherever the hell it was.
Naturally.
But you're gonna get back at them. You and your defensive partner, you guys are rooming together, and you have mischief on your mind. So you go to the classic. You fill up a trash can full of water.
Yep.
Fill it entirely to the brim. And you go over to the goalie's room and you lean it right up against the door, just to the point where it's about to tip over when they check to see who's there. You knock on the door, and the door opens, and the water rushes into the room. But little do you know, it's not the right room. You accidentally just leaned someone that has all kinds of electrical medical machines. And they're all hooked up to him. And the husband got up to open the door, and the water poured in, electrocuting his wife.
Mm.
You guys are in your room looking through the peephole.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do in this situation? And you can't call the cops.
I have the answer.
All right.
So, has he seen me? You said, right?
Mm-mm.
You said he's looking through the peephole.
No, you're looking through the peephole. You're in your room. You knock on the door. You run back to your room. And you close the door so no one knows who leaned the room, because you don't want the goalies to know it was you.
Oh,
But little did you know, you got the wrong room. So you're looking through the peephole, and you see the guy. He steps out.
I
and he's,
understand.
So you killed my wife. You killed my wife. Okay.
Yeah. I was gonna say I wasn't expecting you running. My answer was gonna be housekeeping.
Wait, do they see you though?
No, they just heard a door. So they know it's someone around them. They don't know who it is.
So I just
Okay.
keep saying housekeeping, so they assume that's who is knocking on doors.
Wouldn't
and it
they
was a total
still
accident.
come? Wouldn't they still come to the door that's shouting housekeeping?
Yeah. But that's the thing. Housekeeping will always come to the door, so you don't look like you're trying to do something on purpose. Total accident, could have happened to anybody. And the cops aren't going to know if they do show up and he files a report. They're going to talk to housekeeping, not to you. You're free and clear.
Amesy, what do you got?
Well, first off, I'm going to flip the mattress.
First logical step. I like it.
All right. They're gonna be running down the hall, being like, "What happened? What happened? What happened?" I'm gonna open the door very calmly, and I say, "Look like the tides are strong this kind of month.
Oh my gosh.
Blaming it on the tides. Blaming it on the tides. Wait, where are we?
You're in the hotel. I think
know,
You're in Minnesota.
let me
In
add
Minnesota. Oh crap!
let me add to that. I would come out of my room after I heard that, and I would go boing.
It's like now we're just playing the greatest hits. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the looks like the tides are pretty high this time of month.
Oh man. All right, Big Bo. Our fate is in your hands. The fate of this man's wife.
I mean, EPR again had the most practical, but I haven't laughed that hard in a long time. The tides are strong.
Yeah,
in the hotel room, literally in the hall.
it always comes back to the tides.
Oh my gosh.
High tide killed my wife too.
Yeah. Talk about the silent killer.
So is that what you're going with, Big Mo?
Yeah, I gotta go with Amesy.
All right. Amesy finally won one after I think winning the first
like 2
two.
months.
Well,
It's been like 2 months.
yeah, you won the first two ever, and then I don't think you've won since. So
I don't think I have won one since the dreaded Halloween special. I think that's what cursed me for months.
you broke your 9-week streak, I think. Congratulations.
Let's go.
Congratulations.
Should have involved the tides earlier.
Oh my gosh. I was going with the logic answer. You know how I like to play it, Big Mo.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm getting out of this situation. Amesy just comes in and just gives a one-liner and walks out.
Sometimes you just gotta drop the mic.
Oh my gosh.
I should have changed it and given a one-liner too, like a typical hockey guy would have been like, "That'll be double major."
I was waiting for a train to run through the hotel to kill the people. I would have gone with the new ticket.
Oh, that's an extra 2 minutes for being electrocuted.
No ticket.
No ticket.
2 minutes for tripping the circuit.
Oh my gosh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Oh man.
All right, boys, should we get into the picks?
Yeah, we should do some.
But before we do that, I'm gonna update the standings.
Love it.
I'm gonna
We
update
don't
the
have
standings. Oh, we do, because guess what, Big Mo? I know we don't love hearing this, but do you remember that I don't know, vaguely? I know it didn't last long, so it's kind of fuzzy in my memory. But there was a lot of gloating and a lot of showboating about who was now in first. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. I do
That was
remember that.
That was so many tides ago.
Let me give you some standings really quick. In fourth place, as you could imagine, it's still me at a minus 1,773.
Keep in mind, we started this podcast like in the late summer.
Wasn't that funny? In third, we have Big Mo at minus 611. He's trying to catch me. I can see what he's trying to do. You're right in my headlights right now. In second place with minus 185. Would you like to guess who it is, Big Mo? It's Amesy, which means Big Dick is back in first, but not positive in the money at minus 131.
Hell yeah.
I'm like $50 away from him. I'm like $50 away.
We are the worst gambling podcast of all time.
No. We're an entertainment podcast, okay? That's it's a gambling podcast. We're here for fun, and these are not our typical bets. It is hard to place 3 bets in the future when you haven't put a whole lot of thought. Just prefacing.
And if you have been following our bets, you should probably call the gambling hotline.
Yeah, I agree.
That gambling hotline is 1-800-522-4700. It's okay to reach out for help. Don't follow our bets. Please call them if you're thinking about following us.
It depends on who too, because like losing $180 in like 6 months, it's just like one extra electric bill. Losing $2,000, that's like a house payment. So
who's lost $2,000? Nobody here.
Oh yeah, that's true. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was averaging up.
Yeah, that's
You're not there.
That'd be ridiculous. I mean, that could happen after this week.
Yep.
But not yet.
I will say
it's not going to. It's not going to.
Yeah.
Ainsley just proved that he's that much more of a default white guy. He just rounds up thousands.
I will say maybe I was putting the cart before the horse, but when EPR sent in his picks this week, I stopped looking because there was the line.
Whoa! Don't spoil it! Don't spoil it! What?
I
Okay.
Made it
All right.
And then I lost focus. But
you just took all the fun out of it for me. I will never forgive you for that. If you read the group chat,
he's got 3 -110s. He's got 3 -110s. That's all.
And just so everyone's aware, because none of you listening can actually see our group chat, of course, I just put in the chat just some simple single leg bets and proceeded to put in 3 enormous parlays.
Straight paragraphs.
Longer than his story.
Well, maybe not that far. But yeah, if you guys as usual want to do our normal format, in first place being Big Dick, that's you, buddy.
Damn it.
We could start it off and have him go if you think.
Sure.
All right. Well, Big Dick, what do you got for us for your first pick this week?
All right, for my first pick, I have the matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. Both teams are evenly matched in skill and have elite QBs, but there's something more sinister going on here. The league has been plotting from the start to help both teams get to where they are now. A matchup between Jackson and Mahomes. Can't you guys see it? This has been a ploy from the start by famous TikToker Jackson Mahomes to advertise his name through Google searches more. Jackson obviously has enough pull in the league to help his brother get this far, and this game will be no different. Chiefs to win for plus 164 odds.
Oh my god. I have no words.
I could see it, but
no. Just no. No.
I like this
did
connection.
you see him chest bump Taylor Swift last week? Like, he's got more influence than the Pope right now. Like,
We have mentioned him one too many times on this podcast, and that was his first mention. That's my opinion.
I'm gonna actually have to give Big Dick some credit on that one. I liked the connection. Oh, it's a matchup for the ages.
Yep.
What do you guys think of the pick, though?
With my heart, I am going everything I can on the Ravens. Just, the Chiefs, I feel like their fans are starting to get to Pat's fans' level of obnoxious.
Yeah, no
And
one likes
if
it.
they manage, if they manage to get to the Super Bowl with like this group of wide receivers, now I know Rishi Rice is good now, but like they were doubted all year. And if they get to the Super Bowl this year, every single time even they play bad, all their fans are going to think that they're going to win the Super Bowl. So, this is for the battle of the future of sports.
I like that
Yeah,
perspective.
I'm right there with Amesy. I do not want to see the Chiefs in another Super Bowl.
Fair. All right. Well, Big Dick, there you have it. I don't know if any of them agree or disagree. They didn't really give that opinion, but they just don't want your pick to win, I think. So, what do you have for your second one? Give it to us, hopefully in a less Jackson Mahomes way.
For my second pick, I have the Detroit Lions beating the San Francisco 49ers in an epic showdown. The Lions are so used to crime being from Detroit that San Fran will seem like a walk in the park and set their nerves at ease. Additionally, Dan Campbell has reportedly scared off all the homeless people, so the team feels confident they have the space to operate their offense the way they want to. So with that, Lions take this one in a sounding upset for plus 260 odds.
Oh my God. Wow.
I think he's picked the Dan Campbell part correctly. I don't know about the full pick though. I don't. The 49ers are a bit of a wagon, so that's
There's
that's
a
an
couple
uphill battle.
injuries to look out for though.
Debo,
On the 40, Debo is out.
he's not out. He's practicing
on the
in limited capacity.
He was ruled out. So he will not be playing. And also Sam Laporta for the Lions did not practice today. So we will see, if he's able to go, and even if he's able to go at what, percent he's going to be able to go. So, I think they kind of cancel themselves out because Sam Laporta's a massive part of the Lions offense.
I think bigger than Debo is.
No, I mean, Debo is a really big part of the 49ers as well. Their points per play drops like almost 2 points per play when he's not on the field, or yards per play. I mean, yeah.
Well, Laporta's tough as nails, though,
Yeah.
and they said that he was dealing with a nagging knee injury. So I bet it's just precautionary. I don't think he needs reps going into it.
I think that he's going to be starting as well. So that's what I mean. Being from Detroit, I really hate Lions fans. So I don't like to say this, but I think, I hate both teams right now. I hate the whole NFL, to be honest. It's all a loss, but I'd rather the 49ers win. We'll see. It's going to be close.
Oh, fuck. Roger Goodell just entered the chat. He's coming for you.
Look out.
All I can say is, come on, Lamar. Lamar, save us from the 49ers, the Lions, and the Chiefs, please.
Oh, man. All right. We good with that one? Moving on?
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
All right. Third pick for us, Big Dick.
For my last pick, you might have heard of this guy. You might not have. But either way, both the Ravens and the 49ers might familiarize themselves with him because they'll be golfing shortly. I've got Xander Schauffele to win the Farmers Insurance Open for plus 750 odds. He's by far the most talented of the golfers in this tournament and only behind a little. So it looks like some intern in the odds maker's office is getting let go.
He sounds more excited that the intern's going to lose his position. I don't know anything about golfing, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
I haven't watched golf in, I think, 3 months. So, you know what, Big Dick? I'm riding with you. I'm riding the dick.
Yeah, the tournament finishes up on the 27th, so there's still 2 full days of golf. Xander Schauffele is currently at -7, and first place is at -12. But
wow,
I don't even know if I've ever heard of Steven Jaeger. It says he's 101st overall in the PGA Tour currently. So I'm hoping that Xander, comes in with a little bit of championship pedigree. He's got a gold medal, so he's won before. He's right there in the top rankings. He's top 10. So I think it's a good pick.
All right. All right. There you have it. Big Mo
Yeah.
approved, according.
Big Mo approved. All right.
All right. We'll take it to you, Amesy, since you're now in second.
Second place by $50. It's time to time to bring it back.
Mm-hmm. 54. You like rounding, I know.
That's true. I do. I am a rounder, Mr. 2000. So first bet here.
Fuck
I
you.
am I'm slipping into hockey. And I'm going to be taking the Nashville Predators at plus 170 because I'm doing a money line 3-way excluding overtime. So they have to win pre-overtime. That's for plus 170. It's going on right now. They're playing the Wild. I picked this.
How's it going?
Because it's
2-1.
well, it's 2-1.
Yeah, they were down 1-0 going into the third, and then they scored 2
saw that.
goals in like literally 10 seconds. It seemed like I looked back down and they're up 2-1.
Absolutely love it. So we'll see if they can hold off for another 10 minutes. That would be great. I chose this pick because I didn't know anyone on the Wild, so it seemed like a strategic win, and it's working. So that'll be my first pick here. What do we think, hockey heads?
I like it a lot. I think the Wild do have some good players like Kirill Kaprizov and Joel Eriksson Ek and Jared Spurgeon, but at the same time, he's out.
Boldy would be a better option for him now.
Yeah, but still, they have a lot of talented players, but they are underperforming to the max. Like they are one of the worst teams in the NHL. So I like that pick, and I think I'll reinforce that when it comes back around to me.
Wow, these guys might as well just get a room because it sounds like they just pick the same thing every week. Diversify a little bit.
Well, I did hockey. Now I'm going to stuff that I actually know about.
Is it your bread and butter?
It is the old bread and butter. Now, everything I said earlier, I want to take this pick with a grain of salt because there's a reason why I am picking it. I am picking the Chiefs minus 2.5, but I'm doing that alternate spread minus 2.5. If you guys know the curse of my alternate spread, it never hits. Even when it seems like a great pick, it never hits. We are throwing everything against Jackson Mahomes right now. Everything we can do to make them lose, including alternate spreading them to win. So I am picking the Chiefs. Alternate spread minus 2.5 at plus 177 to jinx the hell out of them. Now, hopefully this works.
You motto yourself for mankind.
for mankind. Sometimes someone's got to take a spear to the chest. And, I am that man. So I'm taking the spear to the chest. I'm doing alternate spread Chiefs. Let's see if the streak continues. And if not, my bet wins. So, it's what do we think?
I mean, win-win for you. I like it.
Yeah. I'm going to support it just so it hurts you that much more.
Watch the Chiefs win. Watch the Chiefs win, but it'll be like by 1 point.
They win by 2. If they win by 2, oh man, that's gonna be we're gonna be back down. It's gonna be peaks and valleys to start 2024.
They win off another safety from the ref.
Yeah, the ref trips the Ravens player in the end zone, and that's why the Chiefs win. I could see it happening. And then my third pick, I am going under in the Oklahoma City Thunder Spurs game today. It's 242.5. I think that's crazy high. I know that the Thunder and the Spurs score a lot of points, but I think that's about 10 points higher than it should be. So we'll see how that one goes. Where's the game right now? It has not started yet. Cool. But yeah, I'm picking the under there. I think it's a smart bet. I actually think that that's the smartest of my 3 bets, to be honest.
I know nothing about that, so I have no comment.
Yeah. You already know my thoughts. Best of luck.
I do have something interesting about that ref safety.
Yeah.
I've seen rumblings on the internet of the craziest conspiracy theory ever.
Oh
That
no.
ref is a time traveler, and he actually went back in time to trip Lamar Jackson because every time San Fran has lost a game and they've scored 17 points, the starting QB of the other team had a season-ending injury. So Joe Burrow, Kirk Cousins, um, there was another one too, but all season-ending injuries. And what was the score of that game? They beat them, I think it was 35-19. So there's all kinds of conspiracy theories out there that he traveled back in time to make sure that they got a safety so that Lamar Jackson wouldn't get hurt and he could actually go to the Super Bowl.
Oh my gosh.
Right? I
Dude,
mean, I
you
will
are
say,
giving fuel
to
to
bring
Big Dick like none other right now.
Actually, I don't know if the podcasters know this, but we're actually we used to be good friends with Stephen Hawking, and Stephen Hawking held a party for time travelers, and no one showed up.
Mm.
So, speaking of Steve, maybe we'll have to bring him on at some point. But
Yeah,
I'm just
I
saying
think we
that
could. Yeah,
Stephen's party.
I think so. We should reach out and see.
I don't know if we're still friends with him. But
Mutual
yeah,
acquaintances.
we can have him on for the content. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to see what he has to say about that whole situation, because I'm just saying, not looking great.
No.
We could figure it out. Sweet.
All right. Well, so that means it's on to me, right?
It sure does.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I am taking a page out of EPR's book, but I'm doing it in a safe, responsible way. I'm not putting together a 30-leg parlay that takes 100 gigabytes of data for my phone to download. So I'm going with a 3-pick parlay for my first bet. The odds are plus 676. First leg is going to be the Nashville Predators. They just scored another goal. There's now 7 minutes left in the third. They are up 3-1 against the Wild. Second leg of that is going to be the Colorado Avalanche to beat the LA Kings. Fun fact for
Let's
you,
go.
the LA Kings have less wins in 2024 than both the San Jose Sharks and the Chicago Blackhawks, if that tells you anything about the level of hockey they've been playing.
Talbot's been awful.
Yeah. And same with Kopitar, and Pierre-Luc Dubois has been horrible. Apparently, I've been hearing rumblings that they're trying to move on from him, but no one wants him. So,
Because he's
yeah,
a whiny
not a
baby.
good look.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all he does. Every team he goes to, he complains, and he doesn't do anything. He has one shift, here and there where he looks like he's the best player in the world, but then on, he's just completely ghosted. Like you see a shell of him out there. So that's the second pick, and then the third pick is going to be the Vegas Golden Knights to beat the New York Rangers. So another look at this one, same as the kind of Avs versus Kings. One team's looking good, the other team's on a decline. They're on a slide. The Rangers just lost to the Sharks, so it's not looking good for him. Zibanejad isn't scoring. Shesterkin is letting in a bunch of pucks, so it's not looking good. So that's the first pick.
Okay. I think the first 2 legs sound really good. I'll be at that game, by the way, the Avs Kings game. So I will.
Let's go Avs.
I hope the outcome is spectacular in that case. The one that brings me a little bit of question, and I actually was looking at placing some money on that game, not for the pod, but the Rangers did lose to the Sharks, and they have struggled a little bit, but they're not quite the team that just loses to a team like that and then doesn't respond. And Vegas has been wildly inconsistent. Even when you think like, oh, they're back, then they lose something really, really stupid. Now, I agree they do look like the hotter team in terms of the matchup is how you picked them, but that's a coin flip. So that's like a 50-50 in my opinion, truthfully.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, but at the same time, I feel like the Vegas Golden Knights just play such a smothering style of hockey that when a team is struggling, there's nothing they can do to get out of it. It's like a boa constrictor just lapsing all of the pressure. They finish their checks, which not a lot of teams do in the NHL anymore. They, crash the net hard and they're all over you. So that's why I'm picking them for my second pick as well.
I
So
like it.
I took Vegas Golden Knights plus 130, just straight line. Uh, yeah, I mean, I just think that they're gonna smother the shit out of the Rangers and MSG. So, and then again, I'm kind of doubling down. So I really hope that these last two legs are looking good. But Colorado Avalanche minus 1.5 against the Kings at plus 170. I'm shocked that the line is where it is. The
It's reasonable.
Avs just dismantled the Washington Capitals last night. McKinnon is on a tear. He looks like he's smoking meth before every game or something. Like
He looks
I
possessed.
don't.
He looks
Yeah, he's
possessed.
literally possessed. Yeah, like I've never seen anything like it. He's on an MVP level pace, and the Kings are struggling. Their goaltending struggling. I think McKinnon's going to put up a couple more goals and sail to victory with the Avalanche spread minus 1.5.
I like it. Let's go, Avs.
Nice hockey, major hockey stuff. Love it.
Awesome. Was there one more after that, or was that your third?
No, yeah, Vegas, Avs spread, and then the parlay.
Got it. I wasn't sure if you were saying Vegas and the Avs spread was your another parlay. So
No. Straight line for the other two legs. Yep, kept
All right.
kept Nashville out of it, but looks like that's going to be the first one to hit on the parlay.
if Vegas wins theirs, I'm gonna say you go 3 for 3.
I really hope so.
Yeah.
That would be terrifying.
Well,
But,
he
you know,
kind of needs
I
it
like the
because he's
buffer
at
that I
minus
built up.
611. So
I know,
That
but
would,
I like
that would
the
bring me
buffer
back
that
into
I
the
built up.
positive.
it would. You could be back in first in one fell swoop.
Yep.
So that brings it to me.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
I hate to do this, but we don't really need to go over mine because as Amesy's actually pointed out, I am now minus 2,000. I've already lost all three, apparently.
What?
What
APR,
happened?
Are you actually stupid?
No.
What happened?
I didn't
Which
realize
team lost?
I didn't realize I bet on games tonight. I thought I just did tomorrow, and the Bruins didn't cover the spread.
Oh no! Wait, they won though, right?
They won, but they didn't cover the spread.
You had one.
Was
I
that
thought
on
you had
all
one that was
three?
money line.
Yeah, and you want to know another money line one? The Flyers
What?
lost to the Wings,
Oh.
and the Islanders lost to the Canadians. So
Oh,
I guess
this is heartbreaking.
I'm not stupid, but I feel stupid.
You sound stupid.
Dude. Oh my gosh. If I could just pick something, like I've never had this happen, not this bad.
You must really like losing.
Dude, Big Dick, shut the fuck up. Dear God.
I guess you could have rounded
Wow.
there, AMZ.
Oh.
That was horrendous.
Can you, hey, AMZ,
Oh,
can you round it? Because now it'll be rounding down.
I'll-
puts me
you
at
know what?
that puts me at minus
You know what?
2,073 right
Yeah, I'll
now.
keep you at 2,000. I'll keep saying that you only have two. You're only 2,000 down.
Thanks, buddy.
Got your back.
So as it sits now, not only can I not win even a single bet in a week, which I understand my method is not giving myself the best chance, but I can't even win a snake draft or any competition anymore. So I am just the laughing stock
Yar,
of the pod.
is it a heartbreaking, straw that broke the camel's back? The fact that I'm about to win a hockey bet.
You don't need to rub it in there, AMZ. EPR, can you at least tell us what the odds were for all 3 years?
Hey, could you give me that hotline number again? What was that? Not the gambling one.
1-800.
No, not the
Oh.
gambling one. The suicide one.
The one to the room full of electronics.
Yeah,
that's
hold
about
on.
to be
I'm
shot.
actually currently talking with one of the customer service people at DraftKings so they can cancel my account. So I don't do this again. Oh, damn. So we can skip my segment.
Can we
Moving
hear
on.
the odds?
No.
Yeah, wait, we got to hear the odds.
Okay.
Just tell us what the odds were.
Plus
You don't have to read the bet.
1465. Plus 2,355. And plus 2839. They were not soft. They were not soft. I put spread bets in
No.
there. I really thought the Bruins would cover the spread against the Senators. I cannot believe that. I really thought Patrick Waugh against the Montreal Canadiens, the team he hates.
I know.
I thought he
I
would
thought that
send a
was a
statement,
lock.
and he lost to them. And you want to know something worse? This is how bad it is. This parlay I picked, I'm going to read this one because you guys would be so proud of this. If I picked the opposite, the odds would have gone from 23.55 to like 4,500. I had the Flyers to win against the Red Wings. They lost. I had the Bruins to cover the spread. If I just picked the Senators, you already know what those odds are, like plus 250, right? The Stars to cover the spread. They're tied in overtime against the Ducks, so that one's going to lose. And you know the best part? There's 5 minutes left in the second period, and I had the Flames to beat the Blue Jackets, and the Blue Jackets are winning. And the last was the Islanders. I'm literally going to lose every single leg on that parlay.
Anti-parlay.
If I just picked the
Anti-parlay.
opposite, unbelievable. So I resign.
Maybe
I
for
resign
next
as EPR. Next week, my ghost, if the hotline doesn't come through, we'll speak to Stephen Hawking and maybe we can bring him on. So,
You know what, EPR? Maybe February is the month of minus 110 for you. Maybe your goal should be get to negative 1,500.
It's like you're really, really overweight. It's like just start standing up. Just start getting out of bed. You know, like
Saying it out loud, it
just
sounds a
walk.
little worse than
You know?
I thought it sounded in my head.
I don't want to. I don't want to hear this anymore. All
Just
right.
don't eat that 40th McDouble. It's not that hard.
Oh man. All right. So can I just bring us to the next segment, and I'm gonna start this off. I promised I wouldn't do this, but I'm gonna name myself as Bud of the Week. Because that's never been done. It's just like how Amesy's the only one who's gone 3 for 3. No one's gone 0 for 3 before the pod has been finished recording.
EPR, I have a bit of a
Next.
something that will. I've got something that will lessen the blow.
No, you
I
don't.
did. I do, because I was looking at the NBA, and
What?
Spurs game just ended, and the under did not hit. So
Oh,
I
shit.
am already 0 for 1. Already 0 for 1. Hopefully about to be 1 for 1.
That doesn't lessen the blow.
But I'm about to be 0 for 1. You know, that's
I
close.
don't want you to lose. I don't relish
You know what?
in your loss.
You know what would make you feel better, EPR?
Flipping the mattress.
A trash can of water.
No. An
What?
ashtray parlay.
That will. All right. That will
Let's
make me
go.
feel better. Yeah. All right.
All right.
I
So-
want to hear it.
For this week's ashtray parlay, I was not anticipating EPR being 0 for 3, and I was gonna pump his tires a little bit. Had a big
Freudian
thing
slip
planned
there.
for it.
You pumped my brakes.
So yeah, I would love to see just maybe 1 week we'll do the anti EPR parlay for the ashtray parlay, or you could do anti parlays on both sides and then guarantee something in the middle hits, and that's where we'll put the ashtray parlay. I don't know.
Here's
but-
what I'm more worried about is that the ashtray is going to hit before one of mine.
Well, this one does have the highest likelihood of hitting. Not quite as low of the odds. Not quite
Fair.
as low of odds as yours. But still exciting. And so if this is your first time listening to the podcast, every single week we have a recurring segment called the Ashtray Parlay. And our thought process behind this segment was, if you're a smoker, you want your cigarettes, right? You want your darts. You want your Marlboros. And if you run out of them, you're going to be fiending. And you're going to be looking through anything that you can find. You're going to be looking through all of EPR's gambling receipts. And it's a lot. It's a lot.
Oh.
But they're not in there. There's no darts in there. You're going to be walking around in a park, and you're going to see Amesy just walking out of the beaches of Normandy. He's gonna be looking at coins on the ground, just drooling, because
Another dime.
his hope has been sucked out of his soul, kind of like EPR's was, 5 minutes ago. But your hope hasn't been sucked out of your soul because deep down there's a dart somewhere. You can smell it. You can smell the dart just nearby. And what is it? It's an ashtray. And you start digging. And you start looking through all of the different cigarette butts, just looking for that one perfect Marlboro.
Oh.
And you just keep fingering through them. And then finally, you feel one. It feels like it's real. It feels like you're with Squirrely in the park from last week. It feels like you're young again. It feels like you're about to lose your virginity. Oh my God, it's a dart, boys. It's a fucking dart. And that's exactly what this ashtray parlay is. It's the one that we're finally going to find. It's that one long shot digging through all those butts to find the perfect one. And guess what, boys? It's only a 6-pick parlay this week.
Let's
Best
go.
likelihood of it ever hitting. It's not as exciting, but I can tell you that there's a lot of hipsters out there that just hold their darts and pretend like they're smoking and then go and put them in the ashtray. So I think there's maybe some in this park where Amesy's, dealing with his PTSD. So, starting it off on this 6-pick parlay, we have the Vegas Golden Knights. We have the Florida Panthers. Both of those are money line. Then we have the Avalanche minus 1.5 against the Kings. The Kraken money line against the Blues. And then we're going to the NFL. And hopefully this doesn't happen. But if it does, at least you're getting some darts. The Kansas City Chiefs money line. And then final leg. We're taking the San Fran 49ers minus 7.5 against the Detroit Lions. Those total odds are plus 10,371. If you bet $1, you win 104. That's at least a few packs of cigarettes. It's not all the darts that we promised you before, but it's at least a start. Let's go.
Let's go.
Love it.
While you were
Love
reading
it.
that off, I still had customer service on hold, and I actually had them put that one in just before. So
No.
before my account gets
Another
locked,
receipt to sift through.
yeah. But hey, before my account gets locked, that's locked in. Just so you know.
I just locked in that exact parlay as well as the exact anti-parlay just to be safe.
Love to hear it, boys. All right, well, that's the ashtray parlay segment. You've already heard about the gambling hotline. Make sure that you guys reach out to it if you have a problem like EPR there. But he already started it off. We have a segment every single week where we name the butt of the week. EPR is self-proclaimed. Amesy, who's your butt of the week this week?
Can you just name me for all three?
I do have a butt of the week this week. Thankfully, I did not make this bet, but I thought this was so comical I had to shout it out. So James Cook in the Bills-Chiefs game. You'll notice, in the fourth quarter, he really was not as effective as he was previous quarters. Going into the fourth quarter, he had 67 rushing yards. The line was over 61.5. So, you're down. You got that shit. He doesn't have to get any more yards. It's fine. He had 4 carries in the fourth quarter for -4, -3, 0, and the last one was 1 yard, making his final total 61 yards and the under hit. The under hit.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
EPR, you could have been that guy. Imagine you had $1,000 on that. You're feeling great going to the fourth quarter and literally lose on a total of -6 yards in the fourth quarter. So it could always be worse.
So
It
the
could
butt,
always
could.
be worse.
the butt of the week is the people who lost on that bet.
Butt of the week is the people who lost on that bet.
I like
If
that.
that was your final line, I can't even imagine what I would do.
Wow, I
So-
feel slightly better.
There you
Thanks,
go.
Hey,
AMZ.
if it makes you
I got
feel
it.
better, I heard Dana White goes down multiple $1 million in one night at a casino. And that perfectly segues into my butt of the week, which is the UFC. I don't know if you guys saw it in the prelims last weekend, but the Sean Woodson versus Charles Jourdain fight, they announced the wrong fucking winner. They
What?
literally announced the wrong winner. And you know what? I wasn't like Amesy where I didn't place the bet. I had a bet on fucking Jourdain to win by decision. I'm watching it. I had this is the same night that I went 10 for 10 or 9 for 9 on the hockey bets. I had a small bet on the UFC on this one fight, and I was like, fucking rights. It just cashed. I'm flipping over to the hockey game, and then I check my account, and it says it lost. And to my surprise, I look it up, and they announced the wrong fucking winner. After the fight, the Cormier goes over to him, and he's announcing him. He's like, "Hey, congratulations on winning the fight." And the guy's like, "I lost." He's like, "No, you didn't." Everyone was confused. It was a giant shit show. So my butt of the week is the UFC for costing me that bet. I feel like it should have been fucking voided.
Wow. So your bet correctly lost, but initially
Correct.
you thought you won because they announced the wrong winner?
I literally watched them raise my guy's hand. I was like, "Yeah,
Oh my god.
let's go!"
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I had
That is
a
crazy.
I had a similar one like that last year where all I needed was the over on attempts to hit with Mitch Trubisky. It was like 31 and a half. The game was running out, and he launched like a moon ball for no reason. Well, but the sportsbooks had already cashed the bet for the under, and it was a part of a parlay. It was like $140 on like a $10 bet. And so it already had jumped into my account as I'm watching him throw the ball, and then they took it out of my account like 20 minutes later. I was like spamming trying to withdraw, and they took it out before I could withdraw it. So it was pretty heartbreaking. Pretty heartbreaking.
Those are
Just
two
watching
very
it.
good butts of the week.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So could always be worse.
Good. It could. Well,
And
awesome.
boys, I don't have any futures bets. I don't know about you guys.
Nope.
No, I'm
nope.
still resting on my laurels
And,
from the Texans.
Yep.
I got to get running anyway, so this is a perfect stopping point.
Sounds
So,
great.
For everybody who's tuned in thus far, we appreciate you. But what we'd appreciate even more is if you would tune into our socials, if you're not already, and get us to 100 on Instagram, so we can start posting our picks again, because we held to our word. You guys haven't hit 100. In fact, someone actually unsubscribed from us and or unfollowed us. So I forget what you call it on Instagram. And so we lost one instead of gaining one. So whoever's the troll out there, knock it off.
That hurt.
Come on back. Yeah, that hurt. I took it personally. And follow us on socials. Check us out on Spotify and YouTube, depending on which way you're listening to this. Tell your friends, tell your neighbor, put a trash can in front of their door full of water and a bunch of papers that say Big Dick's Picks with a link, and prop it up. Just do that. That might work well.
And we are not liable because we do not recommend this.
And
Yep.
no, we're not liable at all. But an additional method, correct me if I'm wrong, is we could attach little notes to javelins, right? And just start chucking them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Great move.
Boing.
boing, subscribe.
All right, boys.
So we can call it from there. This was fun.
Yeah. Great week, man.
All righty.
See ya.